monster inside of me. You better watch out if you ignite me's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the sword, never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped, you'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. Adrenaline pressure, it's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can harness, believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. He's locked away inside with the key control by fight or flight. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Hey, what happened to my intro? The TV countdown was gone. Hi, everyone. How are you today? I hope you had a wonderful day. Y'all, whenever I started true crime stuff, never in my life would I have imagined that there would be a missing adult from the little old city where I grew up in South Louisiana. Well, there's not just one missing woman. There's two missing women. And there's two things they have in common. They're from Houma, Louisiana, and they both live in Colorado. One went missing going back to Colorado from Houma, and one went missing going to Houma from Colorado. I'm waiting for Jen to come up. That's Brianna's mom. What's so sad about that? Y'all, I found out about Brianna Truxillo while I was researching Caitlyn. And I was trying to find information on Brianna and I absolutely found nothing. When I Googled her, you know what I found? This Facebook page for missing people with a missing poster on it. That's it. Nothing else. So I messaged someone on her Facebook page, Find Bree, and got in touch with her mom. And she's trying to come up on panel, but she's saying it's rejecting it with an iPhone, so I'm not sure how to use an iPhone. So I told her to come and chat, and I would put the panel that way. I mean, the link in that way to see if she can come in. So I know that she's probably not familiar with any of this. So I'm just gonna give her a few minutes to come up. I'm gonna um I think maybe also her grandmother and sister might come up as well too. But I just want them to come up and just tell Brianna's story from start to finish. I just said whatever you want everyone to know about her, just say it because I can't even find the local news doing anything on her. Sent to her email. Okay. Oh, there she is. Hey, you want your camera off? Just touch the little camera at the bottom. Okay. All right. I'm pulling you up right now.
Right.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How you?
All right. Is your name Jen or Chantel?
No, I'm Chantel. I'm the aunt.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, hello everyone. So this is Chantel. She is Brianna's aunt. And I told them that I just want them to say whatever they want to say to everyone, to the world. You know, we have Australia in here, London, you know, we have people from everywhere. And like I told you, it's not even on our local news back home. Nothing. I can't even find anything on YouTube.
Right.
But anyway, everyone welcome Chantel. And I'm gonna go ahead and if y'all have any questions for her, just go ahead and ask them because I know they're probably kind of nervous. And so I'm gonna go ahead and let her talk about what's going on because all I know is that she was coming home from Colorado.
Yes. Is Jennifer's in here?
Jennifer, are you in chat? It still won't let me. Hold on. She said she said something about a grandmother and a sister. Are you her sister she was talking about?
Yeah. You
Okay.
talking about you talking about Bree's sister? You talking about my niece's sister or Jen's
No,
sister?
Jen. Yeah, Jen said, can I add her grandmother and sister?
Yes. Go ahead. Yeah, you can. Did she
I'm
add
trying to
you
find
added
out.
me?
No. Oh, there's JC. Um, no, that's what she was telling me.
Hi.
Hi, JC. Chantel, this is JC. She has a new true crime channel too, and she's getting in contact with the National Missing Children's Association. So I asked her to come up here so that we can both talk to you guys. Oh, you do, Avery? You know about Brianna Truxillo. Well, I know you're in Alabama. I can't find anything on it.
When did that happen? When did
Only a few weeks ago. What date was it?
Okay.
August. What date did she go missing, Chantel? Oh, she dropped off. I know her mom's still trying to get up here. Hold on, I'm sending her the link on email right now. Um, Brianna Truxillo and Caitlyn Rose Case. They are from. She went missing September 1st, 2023.
So like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Mhm. Hold on one second. Let me send this to her. I was wondering if you were going to remember to come up. Okay. But also I wanted to say that Caitlyn Rose Case's father was on an episode of Nancy Grace. So I wanted to play him talking too because I wasn't able to get her family up here, but I have a lot of information on her. And the video, hey Mama Michelle Bell, how are you? Y'all hit that like button for me. Princess Jays. What's your name? I don't know if that's her family or a friend. Okay, let me see what it's showing. It says, to use StreamYard on this device, tap the three dots on your share icon in your navigation, then open Safari. What? Oh, okay. Hold on. She has to go through Safari. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hold on. She should just have to copy. I don't know if you're in here, but I'm messaging you at the same time. Copy that StreamYard link I gave you and paste it into Safari web browser. Oh, Meta Mama, hope things get better for you. Hi, Wendy. You are in live chat, Rhonda. Oh, just copy into Safari. Is that something just I don't know. I know you have to for memberships, you have to open up the link in Safari too, unless you ask for the link specific. I don't know if that's something like I've never gone on panel with the iPhone. I don't know. Hey, Summer. I could oh, I have an echo. I'll go ahead and let's see. I don't want to go into Caitlyn because I have a lot on her. Um, so I wanted to do Brianna first and her family was here before it gets too late because they are in Louisiana, so it's 8 there, 8:14.
2 hours later than you.
Yeah. But I'll go ahead and check this until she can get up here. Hi everyone. Thanks for being here. Hey Noe. Please hit that like button for me. We're just waiting for her family to get in. It's just the first time they've used hey Libra Moon. Oh, wait, Lady V, I'm supposed to send you the picture of Libra Moon's dog. I forgot. All right. Chantel's back, but it says device not connected. It has to connect your microphone and camera before it'll let me. There we go. You got your camera off before I put you up here? Hey, Miss Jen. Hey, there
Hey,
you are. You made it. How are y'all?
I'm
I know you're
great.
not
Sorry
well,
about
but
that. It took forever with this iPhone. I don't like them.
I know I was telling
I'm sorry.
everyone it's the first time. Everyone, welcome Jen. She's
Hi,
Brianna's
Jen.
mother.
Hi.
And Chantel is Brianna's aunt.
Yes, ma'am.
So, like I told you all, there's nothing. I don't even find anything local. Not even HTV, not New Orleans, nothing that's
Well,
talking about her.
LaFouche Paris, when I called them, told me that they could not help me because my daughter came up missing out of Colorado. And when I spoke to the detective at the missing and exploited persons unit in Colorado, he basically told me because my daughter was in his system, there was nothing they could do for me. If she contacted me to call him, and if he made contact with her, he would call me. I have talked to that man 2 times since all of this has started. I have things I have to tell him that happened yesterday, and he will not return my calls.
Do you want your camera on, Raymond? I don't want to put you up here unless I know you want your camera on or off. If you want it off, just hit the camera button at the bottom of your screen, or I'll just put you up here. Hi.
Hey,
Hi, how are you?
all right.
Hey, Ray.
How you
So,
doing?
It's nice to meet you. Um, who are you to Brianna?
her cousin,
Her cousin. Is it Brianna or Brianna?
Brianna.
Brianna.
Brianna. Okay. She went missing September 1st.
That's the last day I had contact with her. I spoke to, well, I didn't speak to, but I got a message from her boyfriend. She got a message from him on the jail mail stuff on September 6th. So I haven't had contact with her since the 1st. He said he had contact with her on the 6th, but that was it. He hasn't heard from her since then either.
And she was going back to Homa?
Yeah, like the morning of the 1st, at 9:30 that morning, my house burned down. And about 11 o'clock, I talked to Brianna, and she was like, "Gee, mom," she said, "you think somebody was trying to hurt you?" I said, "Well, I don't know, but it kind of looks that way, you know." And she was like, "Well, why don't you?" And because I've been having her 2 dogs, she said, "Why don't you and the dogs just come up here with me for a little while?" And I was like, I said, "That's cool, yeah, sure, come get me." And she was like, "Well, I just got a she said, I just got a rental car today." She said, "So I'll be leaving in a minute." She said, "It would take me about 18 to 20 hours to get there." And that's the last time I heard from her.
Did the police verify the message that he received on the 6th? Or did anyone
Uh,
verify that he
no,
did?
no one will even, the detective won't even go and talk to him. Like, that's
Okay,
what I'm saying. They're not trying to
it
help me at all.
I feel the reason why Jen, like, and everybody else that's on here, the reason why they're not trying to help us is because we're not out there, and they think
Right.
that we don't care. It's not that we don't care. It's like, okay, funding. Where when we do get there, who's gonna help us? They don't want to help us now. So if we do get to Colorado, where are our whereabouts or where we're going?
I mean, her boyfriend gave me a couple areas to look in, a couple people to talk to, but still, I mean, I'm not there, and I don't have, with everything that I've been through just in this month, I don't have the money to get there.
and she was in Denver, right?
I was
Yes,
gonna
ma'am.
say in the Denver area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where she was.
Do you uh just a question, do you know specifically where she was in the Denver area?
No, from what I was told by her boyfriend, it was she is usually around the
Was
oh
it
the
Liberty?
what he said, Parker, I think. Or hold on, I'm gonna
Oh,
pull up the message.
It's by the library,
He
100.
said check 9 Mile area, Parker and Peoria area.
in
Libra
Peoria.
Moon, how far from Denver are you, Libra Moon? I wish we could find someone local that we can get flyers to at least put some out there.
We got it all on Facebook, all on social medias. But we just need more. We just need more help.
I am trying to I'm trying to contact JLR He is another YouTube creator. He just reached over 100,000 subs. He does boots on the ground. He goes out to locations and he helps families out on locations. So I'm trying to get in touch with him to see if he can maybe help in any way. Avery Shannon, I'm sending her missing photo and description.
Okay. Jen, you
I was
still
Thanks,
also going to say
Avery.
get in touch with you could try to get in touch with Kendall Ray because she's in Colorado.
Summer, is that how you say it? She's 25.
I have her height and all her height and weight and all that on my it's on the message I sent you.
See, what kind of got me was I had no idea about this other young lady that was missing from here, and there's a lot of similarities. They even look similar to each other, and that really freaked me out because at that point when I saw the other page about this other lady, Caitlyn, it became
Mhm.
more of she's not missing. They probably took her to do sex trafficking or drug trafficking or something.
I'm going to
And yes,
show them how close
they are
they
both
look
from the
alike.
same town, Sally Mae.
yeah, they do look alike, a lot
A
alike.
little town. This shit's not supposed to happen in Homa.
No,
No,
not at all.
And
That's what I posted. I posted to my page the other day. I was like, I said today's been really hard for me. Like with each new day, it just comes with all these new fears, about everything that's going on because it makes it that much more real. It's to me. And I I had read something on Facebook at the time. It was a little prayer being posted, and when I read it, it took my breath away, and it I don't know. I'm trying to pull it up to tell you exactly what part of it took my breath away. But I had just been praying to God, like help me make sense of all this because like it doesn't nothing that and it was something along the lines of Chantel. You got the thing,
I don't have it. I don't have it, Jen.
the post that I had put on the bio where
In the admit, I mean in the
no there it is. When I read it, it took my breath away. It says the will of God will never take you to where the grace of God will not protect you. And
oh wow.
I felt like that was kind of my confirmation to let me know, that it's gonna be a fight and it's gonna be a journey, but I'm gonna be able to bring my daughter home. My only
That
thing
is
is I can't do none of that until I get there. And by all means, I'm trying everything I know how to do to get there.
someone asked in chat if she rented a car or no. Did she rent a car to get down here or down there, or did she have a vehicle?
As far as I know, a friend of hers rented her a car, but I haven't been able to speak to her to get the name of the person or where it's rented from. I haven't been able to all she told me was she had a rental car that her friend just gave her and she was on her way. Now, the message that her boyfriend sent me, it has a couple people in there that he says I should talk to because they are have tried to hurt Brianna or want to hurt Brianna. But I don't want to put none of that on, social media until I at least talk to the detective on the case. But him, nor his supervisor, nor anyone in that section of law enforcement in Colorado will answer me or my
Where
calls.
where is her boyfriend at?
He is right now in
Jail.
Arapahoe County Jail.
Okay.
Maybe if this do you want to tell them story of why she's in Colorado? So maybe they might understand things a little
She
bit
went she
better.
went to Colorado. She went to Colorado for drug treatment. She
Okay.
was a user in Louisiana, and she went up there. She I believe she got kicked out or she left right before rehab was over. Her and her boyfriend both went. They decided to stay in Colorado. And for me to sit here and tell y'all that she was not involved in drugs again, I would be lying because I fully believe she had fell off and started using again. which is why I believe this is what this is the things that came with that.
Yeah.
But it
I mean, by
doesn't
no
matter. She's still
No.
a human being,
right,
and she
but
Yeah.
because
deserves to.
the
For what she had
detective is
did.
basically the detective was basically like, she's in my system and we know that she's a drug user, so she
That's
probably just
that's
ran off. And see,
right.
if anybody knows Brianna, they know one thing: Brianna does not go more than 3, maybe 4 days without calling someone that knows her, even if it's just to borrow $5 on Cash App for an Uber. She's calling someone.
That's what I was thinking. Like, that's what I was thinking. Her family and friends would know the type of person she is, even if she was, using again or whatever. Y'all know what type of person she was using back home. You would still know.
I
And
mean, me
if
myself,
something's not right, it's not right.
Regardless of
personally, I had been talking to her either by call or video call for her to see her dogs, or text message every day for months now. So wasn't that she wasn't getting, you know, um it wasn't that she wasn't calling us. Like, she was definitely calling us and reaching out and talking to
Yeah.
us.
You were in
And talking
contact
to us. Like I said, even if
consistently.
it was just to borrow a couple dollars on Cash App, we still heard from her.
Was she last seen in the Aurora
Brianna wouldn't.
area?
Brianna would not know.
Aurora area? No. Someone's asking if she was seen in Aurora area.
that's what it's called. That or how you pronounce it.
I don't know where that is. I mean, I know it's
It's
in
a
Colorado, obviously.
it's a suburb of Denver.
So Jenny, do you know like who's the friend that gave her the rental car?
I don't know, Lorraine. I don't know. I haven't been able to talk to her. She told me she had the rental car. She was going to come down here and get me. I asked her how long would it take her. She said 18 to 20 hours, and then there was no more calls answered from her, no more messages, no more nothing.
Mm.
I have someone in chat that
But
said the
listen, her boyfriend sent me the name of, okay, he said the last time he heard from Brianna, she had done the call or whatever with him from a name he had never heard before. Now I know. Go ahead. The what?
Oh, I think she might be lagging really bad or something. Someone is saying
Hello.
that the intersection that you named
Uh
is
huh.
in Aurora, Colorado.
Okay. How far from Denver?
My
She said it
service
was
keeps cutting in and out, y'all.
I hear that.
She said her
The
internet's
inner
cutting. Yeah.
the intersections you mentioned are in Aurora, and I said
Hmm.
I gotta try to find it.
See, I have my boyfriend has family up there, or not family, like his brother or whatever, and he said that if they take anyone, that's where they would put her.
Wait, he said what? Hello?
If anyone would take her
Yeah,
as
I'm
in
here.
trafficking, you mean as in
They said that
trafficking?
my boyfriend's friend said that if they took her anywhere, she would be in Aurora. That's where they would be holding her, because that it's not as, I guess, city as Denver or something. I don't know. I
Yeah,
I, I couldn't,
it's a suburb.
like,
Do y'all know anyone that lives
yes,
there or
basically, like,
around
that's
there?
where they would be holding her.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know. Jen, you?
She's from Louisiana,
What?
but she was. Oh, someone asked me where she was missing from. She's from Louisiana, but
Hello.
she was in rehab. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can. That's Jen's phone that's breaking out.
My
Go
internet
ahead.
Um,
sucks.
You can say she's from. Somebody asked in the chat what.
yes, she's from Louisiana, where I'm from, but she was in Colorado going to rehab, and she was on her way back to Louisiana, and she never made it to Louisiana, and no one has heard from her since.
No, no one has heard from her. Not even
And there's another woman from where I'm
from
from in
home.
Houma,
Yeah,
Louisiana,
she died.
that is missing, and she is in Colorado. She moved there to. She has brother there or something. She flew to New Orleans to buy a vehicle from Houma, and then she was driving back up to Colorado. And I'm gonna get you a B. Hold on one second. And she didn't make it back to Colorado. But I have
She
her
got to
story
Texas.
after.
She got to
She got
Texas
she
and then
she
went
got
missing.
to Texas, and her GPS went out,
But
and
Oklahoma is the one investigating it.
her father's still looking for her to this day. And
Hmm.
This was last year.
yes,
Yeah.
and she looks just like, I mean, just like identical to Brianna.
Yeah, they do look a lot
Wait,
alike.
hold on. Wait,
And their
hold on. I have
stories,
people coming up here.
might be different, but they're similar. They look just alike. Like you
Um,
it's just
And this happened to Brianna on September 1st, right?
yes,
Hello?
Hey,
That
yes,
was the
Jen.
last time that you heard from her.
That's the
hi,
Y'all
last
can
Rhonda.
hear
Are
me?
you her grandmother? Yes. Are you
yes,
her grandmother?
yes, I am.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm sorry it's under these circumstances, but it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, I,
Is
I,
there
I'm not sure how I do this. Oh, I see
Don't
me.
worry about it, Rhonda. Turn your camera
if
on.
if you don't want your camera on, hit
Okay, I'm
the
here.
cam button at the bottom.
Yeah, I want my camera on.
You do?
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I
so
won't
I
be.
can I can see what's going on. Hey Ray.
Yeah.
What's up, Aaron?
So, what would you like to say about Brianna?
Um, nothing. It's just that I want my granddaughter to be brought home. I'm broken up behind this.
So, is anyone around the Aurora area or know anyone around the Aurora area?
So I actually, my best friend's son lives. I don't know if it's
This
around the
the
Aurora area,
snowing's
but I
coming
think it's
from
like in
somebody.
Vista area. I'm not familiar with all of the areas and stuff up there in Colorado, but I know his son is in Colorado. So I'm gonna talk to him and just see if I can maybe find out exactly where he's at and if he's close to that area. Um, and like you were saying earlier, maybe we could get some flyers out that way or something like that.
Yeah, maybe we could just start, like everybody, like this is the start for everybody to, put her name out there, put her story out there. We need her to come back home.
Take your phone.
Does anyone know? I'm sorry. I only have two devices. I'm looking at the chat on one and on StreamYard on the other. But I was just wondering, how far is Aurora? Maybe somebody knows. How far is Aurora from Broomfield? It's not.
I can
I
look
don't.
up
It's. It
maps.
can't. It can't be that far. I mean, my cousin lives in Broomfield, and I mean, I'm not. I don't know if, you know, he can help or anything because he doesn't. He works all the time. But I mean, I could definitely, shoot him a message and say, hey, if you see a flyer or hear anything about this in Aurora, about this in Aurora going
Was this
on.
Aurora, Colorado,
Yes.
Yes.
and to Broomfield?
Yeah.
I think I just pulled it up. It's 28 miles.
Yeah. It's not too far. Yeah. My
Yeah.
cousin's in Broomfield.
Oh wow, that would be awesome if you would be able to get in touch with him. Also Libra Moon is an hour away. So I'll talk to her off of you know, privately off of YouTube and talk to her, see if there's something that we can get started over there too.
And also,
Uh,
Chrissy, see if you can't get in touch with Kendall Ray.
let me write that down. You know, I
Because
don't remember.
she's in the Denver. I don't know exactly where she's at, but she's in Denver.
Okay. She was going from Denver to Louisiana. Well, that was the last time that her family spoke to her. That's what she told them, that she was on her way down there.
I'm just curious about what was said to her, or did the boyfriend just say that he knew that she was going back to Louisiana, or was there anything significant said or in that conversation?
Say that again.
The conversation that the boyfriend and her had on the 6th, was that of any significance, or do we know anything about that?
And Rhonda, you?
When she messaged him on the 6th, did she sound any different in her messages than she normally does? I think that's what she's asking.
Yeah, I'm kind of catching up on this as we go, so I'll.
This is the family of a missing woman named Brianna Truxillo. She's from where I'm from back home, but she was in Colorado, living in Colorado.
Yeah, I've got it pulled up right now.
I guess Jen keeps dropping off. I don't know what's going on. Her friend rented a car for her. Oh, wait. Miss Rhonda is the grandma, right?
Yes.
Okay. Wendy said maybe try to get in touch with T. Joe. Him and his wife live there. I don't know if she's in chat. She dropped off. Oh, wait. There's somebody. Oh. Hi, Avery.
Hey, which one up here on panel is Brianna's mother?
She dropped down. That's the one having.
Hold on.
Okay, is
That's
there a family member up here?
yes, that's her cousin and her aunt.
Oh, okay. Can one of you take down this phone number? I can't. Okay, I've been talking to Jason Jensen. He's in the airport right now, so he can't come up, but he did just agree to talk with them. So I wanted to.
He's a private investigator.
Yeah, he's a private investigator, a criminal investigator. I mean, he's a whole lot more than that. And he'll be I know he'll be back in Colorado again because he's been working the John Benet Ramsey case. But let me get this number.
Okay, I'm ready for it when you're ready to give it to me.
Do you want it in back chat or do you want to give it out on panel? Or do you want to give it to me and I'll message it to Jen? I don't know if you want it out for everyone to have.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's
okay.
801-596-2455. And when you call, just tell him that it's the case that Avery has just been talking to him about.
Okay. So it's 801-596-2455.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if there's any expenses, don't worry about it.
You got the number? You said you had got it? The number?
Yep, I got it.
All right, because I was searching for a pin, y'all.
Now he's
Avery, Jen, Avery, her mom just came up on panel.
Oh, okay. So
Hello?
right now hi. Right now
I
he's in an airport in New Jersey. He's flying back home to Utah. So I would probably wait until tomorrow to call him, and then he can help you guys with talking to the police department. He can help you with getting information and things like that. And then, just because this case just really touched me, if there are any expenses, I'll talk to him about that, so you guys don't worry about that.
Wow, that's amazing.
oh wow, thank you. I mean, I don't know who you are or what you said at the beginning, but thank you very much.
Oh, yes, ma'am. And if you want to look him up, his website is jenseninvestigations.com.
Okay.
He's pretty good. He actually just solved the John Bonet case. He found the
Oh wow.
Moab girls who were murdered around the Gabby Petito. He's pretty good.
He's going to be in the Idaho 4 documentary also, right?
Yeah, he already filmed that. Yeah. I hope it helps, and I hope he can help you. I can't make any promises that he can, but I sure hope that he can.
Thank you so very much. I mean, I have the names of a couple of people that her boyfriend told me to go and speak to. I just don't
Hmm.
want to make any of that public yet because I haven't had a chance to talk to the detective yet.
Right, right. And that's something you
And
can talk to
I don't know if
Jason.
that I don't know if
Yeah,
that'll hurt or I mean, but if I get a chance to speak to him, I would definitely tell him who to look into.
I am.
yeah, because he has a pretty good rapport with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation and a lot of law enforcement there because of his work with the John Benet Ramsey case. So he knows a lot of those people. So he might be able
Yes,
to
ma'am.
help more.
Yes,
Someone in
ma'am.
chat said
I
there's someone in chat said there's a rehab in many counties. I know of a lot of them, unfortunately, and can possibly help with that. Contacting them could lead to who she befriended. Counselors at the facilities can sometimes help a family with the people they got to know.
Okay.
I can if you I
I
can
can
get you in touch with um these anyone
I can
who
only
has a way
hear
to help.
like one of y'all.
So,
Only one.
Jen, you can hear me?
I could hear you,
Can
Yes.
you
Chantel,
hear
and I
me?
could hear the person that was just saying that they can get me in contact with that was Miss Christie talking. I'm not sure though.
Nanny, you
Oh,
can hear
no,
me?
that it was me, Avery, and Raymond wrote down
Okay,
the phone
okay,
number. Yeah, he wrote down the phone number, and
okay.
when you guys call Jason, just tell him that your daughter is the case that Avery was just messaging him about.
And Rhonda, you can hear us?
Okay, yeah.
And I'm gonna hop down because there's so many up here. I wish you guys the best of the best, and I'll be watching for updates.
Thank you so much,
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Avery.
you
I
so much.
really appreciate that. Tell Jason thank you.
Absolutely, many prayers to you guys.
We're praying for
Thank
you
you.
guys. I just came up to help monitor chat for you, Christy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Like I've tried going to the news stations and everyone in Colorado, and I guess the laws are different over there than what they are here because they're basically pretty much telling me that she's over 18, she could have chose to leave, and there's
Yeah.
not really much they can do.
And that is a
Well, she
very common thing. But did they tell you that you have to wait 24 hours to?
By the time I contacted them, okay, this is how it went. Like I said, my house burned down on the 1st. So around the 9th or the 10th, I started thinking, well, gee, I haven't heard from my daughter in some days. So I tried calling her. Well, when I couldn't get her by the 11th, I started calling Denver, Colorado. It took me 5 days before someone would actually take the report from me. And when they finally took the report from me, that was on Saturday of last week. And the detective called me back Monday of this week, which, but from the time I last seen her and now, had already been like 20 or 19 days at that point.
Right.
Can I ask
So there was
the name of your? Sorry, can I ask the name of the rehab she was in?
that I don't know. Like I don't know the rehab that she was in. The detectives were supposed to go I guess and find all that out or whatever, but they did nothing. And I would have to ask Josh that, which he basically hinted to the fact that there was other things he had to tell me, but he couldn't do it over a jail line, basically.
Well, then how
Okay.
will you know?
I mean, I have to go up there. There's no
When does
other
he
way.
get out?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
He doesn't go back to court until November.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, as soon as I get to Denver, I am gonna. My goal is when I get there to go and see this detective Brinkers and see him in his face and talk to him. I plan to become a thorn in his side until he helps me find my daughter, and I plan
I
on going to
did
Josh as well.
I did put his information. I pinned it at the top of the chat. So
Yes, ma'am.
anyone that knows or hears anything and needs to get in touch with anyone there, I did put Detective Brinker's number and her case number in the chat.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Oh man.
How old is she?
25.
25.
Okay, I saw her holding a baby. Was that her baby?
No, ma'am. That was. I'm not sure what picture you seen, but that was more than likely her nephew, my youngest daughter's son.
Don't say his
Okay, I
name.
was just wondering.
Hi, Tyler. Tyler, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Can anyone hear me? Okay. Hi, how are you? It's nice to meet you. Is
That's
there
her and
something that you
Josh.
wanted to say? Yeah. I was sure to put a couple of pictures with her and him in there.
Yeah, I
I
believe
think
that was her.
Tyler
I
dropped.
believe that was her nephew that she was holding.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I was wondering who the baby was for. I I don't know why it didn't play the video at the end, but that is a video at the end that I tried to put that I got off of I think somebody's Facebook page. I was just scrolling down them and taking pictures. But Tyler dropped down. I don't know what he wanted to say, but he can come back up. I'll drop the link. It's weird to see Schwest. Like I haven't seen or heard
Miss Christie,
from.
I'm sending pictures of her to your Facebook page. It
Okay,
won't let me load
good.
them anywhere else. I'm doing that
It
right
wouldn't let
now,
you
like as
email
we
them.
are talking. It said that it was too much, it was too big or whatever. So I'm just gonna send them one at a time to you. Like I'm doing that now.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, and like I don't nobody know where Houma, Louisiana is, and now we got women missing from there, and then they were both living in Colorado. That's crazy.
In the Denver area.
Well, we were just talking about Homa the other night.
Yeah.
Somebody and someone that comes in the chat we know hates Homa because in the 80s him and a friend went there and his friend was stabbed or shot or something, and I'm like,
Oh wow.
now they really gonna think people from home is horrible now that we've got two missing women from there. Hi Jade. Hi Jade. I think I saw you on Facebook. I put the link
Jade
up.
Brown.
Oh, Ty,
That's
you're
one of
back.
Brianna's very best friends.
Yeah, I thought I saw her post on Facebook when I was going through them. I
Yeah.
probably could have got pictures from her. I remember the name. Hi Tyler. It's nice to meet you. Did you want to say anything about Brianna? I don't know if you can hear me. That's that. That's that. Down by your internet, I keep complaining about y'all.
Um,
Oh, yes, it is.
yeah. Just want to say,
Go ahead,
Is he still in?
Tyler. Yeah.
Her
Are you
cousin,
okay?
actually, my stepsister's daughter is trying to also get into the chat.
Up here or in the chat? I'm putting the link in the
I'm not
chat
sure.
again.
I gave her the link.
Okay, I got all your pictures.
Yes, Nail. With the last lady to comment. Yes, that is my daughter.
Let me try to check my audio. Tyler, he's muted. He muted himself. I don't know. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. I don't know if Tyler can hear me, but if you can, your mic is muted.
Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on one second. What question? I'll send it to you, Crime Sleuthin. I have one I made. I'll send it to you. I'm so confused right now, Will be Lady V, what's going on? Tyler dropped again.
Tyler said he's trying to get through, and that's Brianna's cousin. That's Tyler is Brianna's cousin. That's my Aunt Holly's son, I believe.
I keep putting him up here, but he's muted. He has to unmute himself. What was the question, Will be?
Thank you, DJ Gutter. Thank you.
Read back chat, Christy.
And yeah, that is who I thought it was. That's Tyler. That's my Aunt Holly's son.
Everyone, just try to catch those links that Christy's putting out, and she'll get you up when she sees you in back.
The guy in the
What, Lady
picture
V?
right now is Brianna. Well, that was Brianna's boyfriend.
But that wasn't Josh, or was Josh?
No, that is Josh. I'm sorry.
And that's the one that's in jail, right?
That's the one that's in jail. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I have been texting a Spanish guy for hours. Oh. The guy in the picture with her in this video is her boyfriend, the one that she
Yeah.
messaged on the 6th and then hasn't heard from her.
Tyler, hit me up on Facebook so I can talk to you. I have some things to send to you that was sent to me yesterday. I need you to make heads or tails of it for me. My link, I'm on Aunt Rhonda's page. If not, it's Jen Baby, BABIE.
Invite him to the group, Jen.
I did. Oh no, I don't think I did. I don't think we're friends on Facebook, Chantel.
I'm gonna go look.
I have a question.
Yes, Avery, he was in jail when she went missing.
Somebody said they had a question.
Um, Prius Flood, is that how you say that? I'm not sure if she's had contact with anyone since she's been out of rehab, but I am pretty positive that she was dabbling back in drugs again. Um, or at least in that environment with those type of people.
Did you see Crime Sleuthen's chat?
What was it about? Remind me.
Christy, Crime Sleuthen just wants a summary of both of the
I don't
missing
know.
girls separately.
A summary of what?
I was muted. Um, Brianna Truxillo is from Houma, Louisiana.
Hey guys,
She
one at a
went
time.
to
It's going to be
Colorado.
hard, but we have to do it that way.
I'm the only one
Yep.
talking. Hello? Okay. She went
Yeah,
to
it's
rehab
got
in
to be one at a
Colorado.
time.
I don't know what's going on. Okay, I am the only one talking, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. She went to rehab in Colorado. She spoke to her mother. She told her mom she was coming back to Louisiana. Um, and that was September 1st, and they've never heard from her after. Um, and her boyfriend, who was in jail, got a message from her one time since then, and he hasn't heard from her either. That's Brianna. Um, what is her name? I forgot her name. Caitlyn. Caitlyn Case is from Houma. She moved to Colorado by her brother. She flew to New Orleans to buy a vehicle from someone in Houma. Then she was driving back to Colorado to back to her home, and she never made it. And well, I have all of her information here for after we talk about it. But yeah, they're both from Houma, and they were both in Colorado, and they both are gone in between somewhere. Have y'all pinged her phone, or what has a detective in Colorado done?
Nothing.
Does her phone go to voicemail? Is it off?
They haven't done anything. Brianna was using a text now app, and the detective doesn't even think that she's missing. He thinks she's on drugs somewhere.
I don't know. I can call tomorrow and see if I can get any information from them. If they don't have if they don't have an active investigation going, then I'm going to try to get the FOIA request. Hold on. That background noise was way loud, Jen. You have a lot of background noise going on back there. I had to mute you.
I had the mic muted myself as well.
I thought you couldn't track text app numbers. Can you track text app numbers? I thought that was the purpose of them having them because you couldn't track them.
I don't know if you can track the text now number, but you should be able to track the URL that it was made under.
Have you checked hospitals?
Debbie, you there?
I have called
I'm here.
I have called every hospital, every jail, and every morgue, and no one is in any of the three under her name or any John Does that or Jane Does that match her description. I can't access the mental hospital because I don't have the credentials behind me, and they say it's against the HIPAA law to give me any information about a psychiatric hospital.
Hi to the family. Hello, my name is Debbie.
Hold on
I
one second,
wanted
Debbie.
to,
Hello.
okay, I'll wait.
No, go ahead. I wanted to mute her.
Okay, I wanted to say to the family, I'm so sorry for what you're going through. I've personally been there. Now, my son is 31. He is, thank God, clean and sober now. He has been for a little over a year. But for years, we didn't know where he was. He would go missing from time to time, and it was bad. So even if they're homeless, even if they're out there living in a tent, shooting up or whatever they're doing, you still have the right as the family to know where they are, to know that they're okay. Even if they don't want you to know where they are, the police's job is still to locate them and get a message back to you that they located this person, they're alive, and they don't wish to be contacted, right? They will still do that. They can still do that, and they should do that. I highly recommend that you guys reach out to SF Investigates, and I'm going to send him a text as well. He just found a missing girl in almost the exact same situation, and it was amazing.
He did. I saw that on
He
Twitter.
talked to her. Yes, he's really, really good at what
Also,
he does. I mean, I know that Avery's Jason will help, but it doesn't hurt, to have more helping as well. I just wanted you to know that, just because they say, oh, she said she's an adult, or they said she's an adult, she's probably just somewhere doing drugs, do not accept that as an answer, because I
Right.
never did. I made them go find him and get him to contact me. And he would each time. He'd finally, oh, yeah, here I am, Mom. I'm fine. He wasn't. He was living in a tent in the woods, but it was bad. We went through this off and on for years. And so I know what you're going through. Whether or not she's using or whatever, it doesn't matter. You have the right. And I know how much it hurts. Like, I wouldn't know what to think every time it would come on the news that they found a body somewhere. I would just panic. It's terrifying. So, and it's so heartbreaking. But just don't give up and keep on them. Like I heard somebody say they're going to just really get on. What was the word that I think it was grandma used? She was going to be a thorn in their side. Do it.
the mama did, yeah.
I highly encourage that. Yeah. I highly encourage that, because the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So be as squeaky as you can, be annoying. I did. They got so sick of hearing from me, because every time he'd go missing, if he was missing for more than a couple of weeks and I didn't know where he was, I'd make them go find him. And I would keep on them until they made sure that they knew he was alive. And we did that for a couple of years. And then he finally got a message that Mama wasn't giving up on him. And he'd been in and out of rehab several times, and it was rough. But there's always hope, So I just wanted to give you guys that message, be strong and be her advocate, even if she is somewhere doing whatever. We're mom and dad and uncle and cousin, and we're family forever. So I think it's really great that you guys are here. I really do. And Christy, this is amazing of you to do this for this family. Kudos, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. I only do what I would hope someone would do for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello.
So you guys are in my prayers.
Thank you, Debbie, so much for coming up. I really appreciate that and giving them encouragement and kind words coming from someone who's been there.
Absolutely. It's worth it to just hang in there and be strong and never just give up and go, oh, well, I guess she is just somewhere doing whatever. I would never be happy with that. So I imagine that they're pretty worried, pretty scared. So.
Yeah, no doubt. And it seems like nobody wants to help them. And like I said, it is nowhere. Nowhere. Uh, I can't find her anywhere.
She's a beautiful girl.
And so
I'm
young.
seeing now is I'll message you later to get like you said you have the missing posters so I can
Yeah.
pin them over on my channel, okay?
Okay, I will. I'll send them to you on Twitter. I mean X.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Well, I'm gonna hop back down.
Thank you. All right,
All right.
thank
I'm
you.
not sure if they even heard any of that, but I will see you later.
All right. Oh, I didn't even realize she was coming back. Bye, Debbie. Jen must have dropped again. Hi, Will be. She said she's trying to get on her phone. She's doing
Hello,
something.
can you hear me now, or am I lag?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
How are you, Will be?
I'm doing okay. This is a case I haven't, heard about or seen a lot. And,
No one's heard about it, unfortunately.
yeah, like we said last night, for every case we do, there are 100 just like them that are right behind them that don't get done.
Well, I just want to
Hold
say I
on.
want to thank everybody that's in here and that's listening to us and trying to help us find my niece.
I can barely hear her.
I said I just want to thank everybody that's in here and trying to help me and us find my niece.
Yeah.
I would like to say something, Christy.
Okay, go ahead.
Last night, me and Chantel sat in on a reading that a friend of mine that is a very close friend of my son. Actually, he lives with the lady. It's his best friend's mother. She's been reading cards for 27 years, and I know people say not to listen to that.
No, who is it though? I want to know if I know her.
Dawn Plaisance.
Oh, it
It
sounds
was
familiar.
it was
No,
it was actually her and her best friend. They both did a reading because Miss Dawn's so close to the actual person itself. She didn't want to mistake anything. So um it was pretty grim, the things that she had to say. She did say that if I got to Colorado and I looked, that I would find my daughter. She also said that the person that has my daughter is trying to make it where she doesn't come home, basically. Like he's trying to kill her, is what she told me exactly. Um, she
She
also
also
told me that
said, she also
uh,
said that he was overpowering her, like
she
scaring
was
her.
scared. Now
She was
she kept saying she saw the letters J and B. And if you remember, I told you I got a message from my daughter's boyfriend. Well, the two men that he tells me to go look for, one of them's name starts with a J, and the other one's last name starts with a B.
hmm.
Also, he said that there was a woman that was befriending my daughter that my daughter thought she could trust, and was actually the woman was working against her the whole time. And my daughter's boyfriend also spoke of a woman that he said Brianna had been with that he didn't know.
Shoot, I wanted to ask a question, but I was typing in chat at the same time. I understand not everyone believes in this stuff, but I do. And if a family believes in it, we're gonna support them believing in it.
That's right. I'll be honest. I don't. It's not my thing, but I don't begrudge anybody that utilizes something like this if they think it helps them.
Her to get her name out there, to get
If
people
it
out
gives them
there.
hope and gives them belief that they might be onto something, hey, I'm all for it.
Will be somebody's trying to talk.
Somebody's trying to what? Somebody's
Somebody was
making
trying
like
to
a
say
ton of
something.
noise. I mean, it sounds like I don't even know what it sounds like. Do you guys hear it?
Yes, it's the mom. She's having really bad internet connections.
Uh,
That's
because
why.
she knows she can mute until she talks and it will cut
She
that
was
out.
trying to talk, Will be.
I know, well, I'm just trying to see if she understands how the mute works when you're not talking. I'm just trying
Okay,
to
Jen,
help.
go ahead. Whoa, that's
Jennifer,
really bad. You sound like an alien. You might have to drop down and come back up.
I'm familiar with.
Wait, okay, go ahead.
Jennifer.
I'm familiar with being able to mute my. Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure you were still
Okay,
here.
I didn't know, and we're continuing to hear a lot of back noise, and I don't know what it's from.
My audio is bad, you guys. Can you not hear me? I mean, is it bad?
No, I can
Your
hear you.
audio's good. It's just the back noises.
Oh, okay.
Is it me? Y'all, is it me?
I don't know
No,
who it is.
no, it's Jen's background noise. That's all it is.
Okay.
It's just crackly, yeah. I did that, Avery. Let me try again. Hold on. Thank you. I don't know why I did that.
If it continues when she gets back, we can all mute one by one and figure out who's.
I know who it is. I know who it is.
Yeah, and it may be something
Um,
simple.
Jen, click on settings, then go to audio and click click echo cancellation and see if that helps with the static. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. This really is,
You got
you
a
know,
nice size group in here tonight, Christy.
I know I'm so happy
Thursday
It's
night.
because
telling me to
Hey,
restart my device. So I'm going to turn my phone off and turn it back on and see if that helps.
okay, good
I'll
luck.
be
I
right
hope
back.
it works. Okay. There shouldn't be any background noise right now. I think what was his name, Chantel? The guy that the first guy. Oh, the
Vernon,
cousin, your cousin, the cousin that was up here. I don't know his name. I forgot.
Oh, he's not. He left.
Tyler?
Yeah, no, not Tyler. The other one.
Oh,
Ray.
Ray.
Yes, Raymond. Oh my God, I couldn't remember his name. Sorry, I could see his face. Yeah, he dropped down, so I didn't know if you thought he was still up here or not. I just want to tell you he dropped down. And Jen is coming back up. But so only 17 likes? Man, I thought y'all loved me.
18 now.
Whoop. We're gonna get up there. Come on, 20 more, 20 more. Um, does anybody have any questions
Yeah, I
about
do.
anything?
Yeah,
Okay,
when
go
this
ahead.
girl left from Louisiana and it got so far, what I read was she called her father and said she was starting to have GPS questions on
Oh,
her
that's a different
car.
case. That's a different case. There's two. This is another case. The one you're
Well,
talking about, the one that I'm talking about now, you won't find anything on because there's nothing on it. No one is talking
and the
about it.
one you're talking about now is who? What two girls? Or what
Her
girl?
name is her name is Brianna Truxillo, Truxillo, and she's from Houma, Louisiana, but she was in rehab in Colorado, and she was on her way back. You can, Rhonda, but you're not up here. Um, she was on her way back to Louisiana to see her mom, and last thing they heard from her was she was on her way, and then nothing.
It's pinned to the top of the chat.
The what? What's pinned to the top of the chat?
Link, please. Brianna's information.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got it. I appreciate that, Lady V.
oh, that pinned at the top is just the detective's information. That's all. If anyone hears or knows anything, to call the detective at the I don't know if it's Colorado Bureau of Investigations. Let me see. Colorado Missing and Exploited Persons Unit.
Okay, Rondi, hit that link right there that Christy just dropped, hun.
My audio better not be crackling.
I don't know if
And
you guys know.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I don't know if y'all know the reason she's trying to get everybody to hit that like button is the more people that hit it, it gets the show out into the algorithm more, so more people can see it. That's why it's important. We want as many people to see this as possible.
Thank you for explaining that, Lady V. Okay. Um, I don't know where Jen is, but I'm gonna try to contact JLR. We're gonna try to contact Bullhorn Betty. Y'all contact Jason and Crime Sleuthin is gonna contact another private investigator to see if they can help.
I have a question,
And we're gonna try to go ahead.
Christy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So, we just gonna do this one time, or we're gonna keep on doing it?
We either as much as you want until we find her.
Okay. I just wanted to know, is it everybody's gonna share it, or I mean, like in.
No. Yeah. We're not gonna stop until we know something.
Okay. I want to thank y'all
Yeah.
so much
You're
because this
very
has been
welcome.
I want to thank y'all too.
Oh,
You're
you back?
very welcome, Miss Rhonda. Yeah, she just popped back up here. Okay, hold on.
I just
And
want to
can you
thank
turn her volume up a little bit? Hang on
I
just a
am.
second.
I
Okay.
am right now. Okay, talk, Chantel.
I said I just want to thank everybody for helping us get this far and for us to bring my niece home. And I just don't want nobody to stop until we have her home safe.
Yeah, that's one thing when YouTube gets involved. YouTube gets involved until it's something's done or we find something out. That's one good thing about YouTube. I can say that much. I had I had another missing woman that I had her family on here, and they found her and everything, and I still keep in contact with the family. So it's not just I say, oh, this woman's missing, we need to look for her, and then that's it. That's no, that not. We keep up to date with things, and we're gonna try to get flyers out there if we can. We're gonna do everything that we can, and if you guys need anything, Jen, you Chantel can message me on Facebook. Any one of y'all. Um, as you can see, we do have a lot of support in here, but we're going to get a lot more once these guys share it out. And the longer that the live sits there, more people are going to see it. You know what I mean? And they're all going to share it out. So, and I share it on Facebook and Twitter, and then I do
Can
it
you
on my YouTube.
put it in Discord, huh? So I can copy and paste and send it out to my people.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We know you guys. We know your heart is breaking. I feel so horrible. There's just so many people that go missing, and it's
Yeah,
hard. And
right now. Go ahead, Lady V. I'm sorry.
I can't even imagine what y'all are going through. My prayers are with you and Jennifer and your family.
Right now, could you tell us what police departments we need to put pressure on to move forward with an investigation?
Denver, Colorado.
Denver.
And who else?
Denver.
Will be.
I also called the missing persons and exploited adults or whatever, and he called me back and he blew me off. The detective
Yeah.
called me back and blew me off because I told him I had brain surgery. He had to go slow with me. So he blew me off.
That's unacceptable.
Yes, it is.
I can't believe this. Will be. I have the detective's information and everything, the number and everything. So I'll give it to you, but it's pinned at the top of the chat if anybody needs the detective's number, but I do plan on calling to find out what's going on, and if anybody else can do anything to help, the family would very well appreciate it. Um I just share. Yes, Detective Brinkers. Just all I ask is if every one of y'all can just share it one time so we can get this girl out there because it's nowhere.
I'm still hearing like a ton of back noise.
I know. All right.
It stopped now.
Yeah.
Now it started back up.
Hello.
And it's loud.
Hey. Hey, Jen.
I don't know if y'all. I don't know what's going on. They have people around me that have speakers in their car, and every time their music plays, my camera acts up.
It's okay. I wanted to tell y'all that I'm gonna go ahead and go over Caitlyn's story right now. So I will contact you, Jen, on Facebook with any information that I get that can help you.
Yes, ma'am. That's fine. And
And
also,
if
I just want to ask anybody who had information tonight, since my camera was going in and out, can y'all please send it to Miss Christie so she can send it to me on Facebook, because I didn't hear a lot of it.
yeah, you had to keep going in and out. That's no problem. I'll get everything that I'll get with everyone who said they know or can help. Thank you,
Can
Kelsey.
you
I
do
really
the same for
appreciate
me?
that.
Can you do the same for me?
Yes.
Mom, I'll
Okay.
forward it to you once she sends it to me.
And if Chanel or Miss Rhonda or anyone wants to add me to Facebook, that's perfectly fine also. But I will
Yeah.
send you all the information. And I did get the email with I did get the pictures on Facebook. So I am sending I'm sending the missing poster I made out to everyone asking for
Okay.
it. So the ball has started rolling and we're gonna find Brianna.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you
You're
very much.
welcome.
Thank
I
I
you.
hope
just
you
shared
have
on my face. I was just saying, I just shared on my Facebook. I have about 3,000 people on mine. So hopefully somebody's seen her.
Okay. I thank
yeah.
you very much.
Y'all are so welcome. And I hope you
And
have a good
and
night. The
whoever
rest of the night.
whoever can like take my name off of Facebook or whatever, ask me to be my friend, whatever. I'll accept any requests that's coming through from anybody dealing with my niece.
I also want to just say this, Miss Christie. I have a group for Brianna. It's Bring Bree Home, and I have a page for Brianna. It's Find Bree, and they're both on Facebook.
I followed the Fine Brie one, but I didn't see the other one. You can send it to me on
The,
Messenger, and I'll
okay,
share
yes,
that
ma'am.
also.
The group is private. But I've been telling everybody to share it. Like the page isn't, but the group is.
Yeah, we have to accept you. That's what I'm saying. But we'll accept anybody that's that's it's all negative, no pot. I mean, look at me, Lord, y'all, my nerves are so bad. It's
All
all
negative
positive.
for y'all, no positive.
Yes, all positive, no negative. So if you're coming in there with any rude comments or any, you know,
You
just
will be
not,
blocked.
yeah, you will be blocked and deleted and and maybe cursed out. I mean, who knows? You know,
Y'all remember where they from, right? Okay. Now you
Right.
know why I'm the way I am.
that's right.
Yep.
When y'all get cursed out, just remember this family, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Chantel,
Please
Always.
do.
I just sent you a friend request.
Okay.
Chantel, after you get that friend request, go to the page and to the group and link her to it, please.
All
My
right, I
phone's
will.
acting up right now.
Okay, I will.
My
And
phone
whoever else,
is
like
messing
I,
up too.
It's that
whoever else,
Louisiana Wi-Fi.
yeah, that's us. We at the bottom of the boot, y'all. But we gonna be heard though on this
Oh
YouTube
yes,
all the
we
way.
will.
Like we will be
And
heard.
as soon as I have the ability to get to Colorado, this detective, I will be a thorn in his side, and I'm not gonna stop walking the streets until I bring my daughter home.
They're hashtagging Bring Bree home in the chat. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll get in touch with you guys if we hear anything. Don't forget tomorrow. Call Jason. He's expecting the phone call. And Jen dropped again. Have Jen call Jason Jensen.
Yes,
He's like the
that's
best
the one.
thing that could help y'all.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
did I didn't get a chance to get his phone number. Is it in the link down here?
I'll get it from Avery and send it to y'all. But Raymond did write it down, I do believe.
Okay. I know when I left to go get a ink pen, I was like, did anybody get it? And Rhonda, did you get it? Did you get it? Was you able to get it?
Oh no, she's up here.
She dropped.
No, she's up here, but I don't see her. I mean, she's not.
It's
Did
all
she
right.
fall asleep? I think she fell asleep. Is that her snoring?
Huh?
I don't know. It sounds like somebody snoring. I think she fell asleep. I don't know. I'm gonna drop her down. Okay, guys. I don't know. I think she fell asleep, so I just dropped her down. Everybody else dropped down. That was Brianna Truxillo's family. We're going to help them. I can't believe that they have two women missing from here. I cannot believe. Hey, Chantel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button, y'all. I don't even know what
Oh,
I'm
I
doing on this.
thought. I think your aunt fell asleep on the panel.
I
So
think I was trying to go look and see if I can see, but I don't even know. I don't see nothing.
yeah, I dropped her down because I didn't want her up here like sleeping, and
Yeah,
if she was to
right.
snore or something. So, um, yeah.
That's
But
funny, but
Avery just put his phone number in chat. Do you have an ink pen?
okay. So if I go down here where I see microphone, the camera, the chat button, if I hit the chat button, I'm not gonna lose none of y'all, right?
No.
Okay, because
But
I
you
don't know
need
nothing.
to click chat and then up top it'll say comments. and click
Okay.
that, and then you can see the comments.
Oh, all right, all right, all right, all right. I got that. Okay.
I'm
I'm
tagging
sorry,
Gayla.
Metaphor. Woo, you're loud. Hold on.
I was just saying I was tagging Grizzly.
Thank you. Yes, I'm trying to get all of these big creators on this. Like I said, I did message DLR.
I
Crime
did too.
Sleuthen is going to message SF Investigates. Avery messaged Jason Jensen. So I think that we have a good group of people that's going to help this family, you guys. They've all, Jason and SF have found missing children, and they have done high profile cases, and it's awesome. It's awesome that they're going to help this family out, you guys. It really is.
Yes, it is.
I just want to keep on thanking y'all, thanking y'all. Like, this is the furthest we got.
I know it's got to be stressful for you guys, and that's what we're trying to do is take some of that stress off of you guys and help in any way that we can.
I know Jen's not in here, but I'm just going to tell y'all, she would tell y'all the same thing. Like, we appreciate everything.
No problem. We are going to help you guys, and just know that you have people behind you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Jason has a Utah number, I think. OCD Shaggy. Okay, add me on Facebook, and we can talk there. I need to get into Caitlyn's story before it
Okay.
gets too late. But I will let you guys know. I'm gonna message Jen when I get off of here and
All
accept
right.
my friend request, and I'll message you too, and I'll give you all the information also.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all. And thank y'all so much, everybody.
Bless you, hun.
Have a
All
good
right.
night.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all too.
Bye bye.
Bye.
I feel so bad for this family. It's crazy. I just don't get it.
You know, you just get tired of hearing that Ellie just like writes people off. It doesn't matter, like you said, they're still human beings. They still have family that's looking for them. It just, and I know there's lots and lots and lots of people, but you know, everyone deserves to be sought for and hopefully found.
Just like Crime Sleuth said with her son, it's the police officer's job to make sure
Yes, it
that the
is.
citizens are protected and safe.
Absolutely.
And if you can't, then you need to go find another job. This is the next girl that's also missing from Homa and was living in Colorado. She took an airplane to New Orleans. She was buying a vehicle. She bought a vehicle, a black envoy from someone she must know back home. She bought the vehicle and she was driving back to Colorado. Um, Oklahoma is actually doing this case. She was last seen August 5th, 2022. This is a year old. She was driving from Homa to Colorado in a 2006 Buick Envoy, which they did find. I'm going to go over that. Um, she was born January 25th, 1989. She is a Louisiana native. She recently moved to Colorado where her brother and other family members lived. July 31st, she took a flight to New Orleans where she planned to purchase a vehicle. On August 4th, she left Homa to go back to Colorado in her car. She was in constant contact with her family members during her travel and reported to her dad having difficulties with her vehicle's navigation system and sporadic cell service in some areas.
Do you know where
She,
about in Colorado? I mean, in Oklahoma?
yeah, I think it's gonna say it in the rest of it. Let me finish reading it. Um, I wrote all this down last night. She later traveled through Texas and stopped at convenience stores in the cities of Mount Pleasant, Gladewater, Louisville, Gainesville, and Paris. August 5th, 2022, her last contact with her family was a phone call to her father around 5 p.m. She had gotten lost in the rural area of Texas and was last known to be traveling northbound on Highway 271 about 5 miles southwest of Bogota, Texas. Her phone call cut out shortly after 5 p.m. Her family kept trying to contact her that evening and was not successful. Cell tower tracking indicates she continued north towards Paris, Texas, with her estimated time of arrival being around 6 p.m. Shortly after 7 p.m., her cell phone pinged to cell towers in Pattonville, Texas, and south of Paris. At 9:17 p.m., a license plate reader captured her car leaving Paris on the south loop of Highway 286, traveling northwest on FM 79, and that's Texas highway numbers. Her cell phone last pinged to cell towers in Choctaw County, Oklahoma. Her vehicle is believed to have on Highway 271 after entering Oklahoma. However, her family does not believe she was in the vehicle when it drove from Texas to Oklahoma. Um, Her vehicle is believed to have traveled on Highway 271 after entering Oklahoma before it turned east on Highway 109 south of Grant, Oklahoma. On August 6, 2022, her family filed a missing persons report with the Houma Police Department when they couldn't contact her. On August 12th, her vehicle, 2006 black GMC Envoy with Louisiana license plate 957FDO, was found abandoned behind a private gated property along a steep embankment on the Kiamachi River near Frogville, Oklahoma. Did I write that down right? The vehicle was cradled in between two small trees overhanging a 75-foot cliff. All of her personal belongings were inside, including her two cell phones and red tennis shoes. A local resident witnessed two vehicles entering the property at an accelerated speed on the night of August 5th, but only one was seen exiting. Authorities believe that someone other than Case attempted to dispose of her vehicle in the river. It is not believed that she physically entered Oklahoma. Foul play is strongly suspected in her case, and her case is still currently classified as missing and remains unsolved. This is her on the screen right now. Her dad was on Nancy Grace, and I was going to play a little bit of his interview that we can hear from his, because he says um, he has only knows
Sounds
his
good,
daughter,
hon.
huh?
You're breaking up a little bit, but it sounds good. You were going to play. Okay. Am I the only one up here? Oh, there you are.
Yeah. I just have her picture showing. Okay, here we go.
The notion of sex trafficking, stealing a human and turning them into a sex slave far away from their home was unheard of. But it was happening.
Away back to the main road. She's traveling northbound on Highway 271, about 5 miles southwest of Bogota, Texas, when just after 5 p.m., Caitlyn Case's phone cuts out.
With me an all-star panel to make sense of what we know about Caitlyn's disappearance. But first, I want to go to two very special guests joining us right now, Peggy and Gordon Case, Caitlyn's mother and father. First to you, Mr. Case. Do you remember that phone call around 5 p.m. when Caitlyn's phone cut out?
I do.
What were you guys talking about?
Well, I was asking her what her location was, and she was telling me that she was passing some dairy farm or some type of farm, which is that area is a lot of cattle in that area. And she was telling me that she was, that she was just going by, and she didn't sound, too worried. She sounded very quiet which I kind of felt, I don't know. She just was very quiet. But anyway, we did speak. She was telling me that she was on some road with, passing up some cattle, and we were on the phone for about 7 minutes, and I could barely hear her because she was on a gravel road. Apparently her windows were down because she didn't have any air conditioning in that vehicle. And anyways, we talked, and that's basically all we were saying. And I could barely hear her through all the noise from the gravel road. And then our phone was disconnected. And I tried calling her back, and I never was able to reach her again.
In addition to Caitlyn's dad, Gordon Case, Peggy Case, her mother, is with us. Miss Case, thank you for being with us. Got a question. So she was driving from where to where?
She left from our home in Houma, Louisiana, and she was going to Black Hawk, Colorado, where my son. She had moved to Black Hawk, Colorado, and moved in with her brothers, and had a job. And when she had enough money, she got a plane and came down to get the car. And she's very accustomed to traveling by herself, and she's very, very good at navigation.
Let me ask you, was she stopping along the way, or was she trying to drive straight through? What was her plan?
What I do know is she was going to drive, but she got too tired. She was going to, because it's about a 20-something hour drive. If she got too tired, she was going to, get in a bit of room. But the last time we spoke to her, which, as Gordon mentioned, was around 5 or 6 in the afternoon. And that was the last time we were able to get in touch with her. But that wasn't unusual in that area. The phone, when we were texting, when we were calling, the phone would just ring and ring and ring, and then she'd pick up. So the cell service is very spotty in that area.
Mr. Case.
Yes.
How long had she been driving? How many days? How many hours? At your best guess, that day at 5.
8 hours, 7 hours.
Had she stopped anywhere along the way? Had she stayed over and she gone to a convenience store, to your knowledge?
She did stop for gas at a couple places. When I was finally in contact with her early in the afternoon, about 1 o'clock or so, she was in Gilmer, Texas. And that's when I started to navigate her up to 271 to get her up through, to get her on the route to get her out of that area. But we were on the phone in Gilmer, and then we were also on the phone a couple hours later when she got to Mount Pleasant. And then when she got to Mount Pleasant, she ended up, we got her back on the road again. And then, of course, in Bogota, we were on the phone again when she was in those solar field areas where we lost connection.
To Brian Fitzgibbons joining us, VP of Operations at USPA Nationwide Security. You can find Brian at uspasecurity.com. I want to point out also, he was part of the Kingsman philanthropic rescue missions of women and children in Ukraine. He is an Iraqi war veteran. This guy has seen it all. Brian Fitzgibbons, I'm sure you've already figured out why I'm asking if she was stopping along the way at gas stations, at hotels, where a predator would have seen her driving. He'd see the tags on the car, see she was heading somewhere, see she's from out of state, and she's alone.
Absolutely, Nancy. And that's something that, Gordon and Peggy have done a tremendous job of piecing together her credit card transactions, as well as from OSBI, the cell phone data of where she stopped, when she stopped, and we have a decent timeline to say for how long. Now, the timeline doesn't help us exclude that those interactions could have happened. And to your point, that's got to be our greatest fear, that somewhere along the way, someone realized that she's going to be in these areas that have very limited cell coverage and is alone. And I want to add one piece to that cell coverage, in that those hours that Gordon was just describing, to paint this picture a little bit more, you have to imagine she's using maps on her phone that as she loses data connection, she may have no maps for hours at a time, where Gordon was communicating with her to send screenshots of where to go. So it's a particularly harrowing scenario for a woman, a beautiful young woman alone in that remote of an area.
And I've been there. I've been there where your nav system goes down. And I called my husband and asked him to pull it up on his phone to tell me, where was I, especially in a rural area where you don't see landmarks. There's not a gas station on the corner. There's not street crossings that you can say, hey, I'm at the corner of First Street and Elm. That's impossible. And you're stuck. And you can't just sit there. You got to go forward. That's the position in which Caitlyn Rose Case finds herself on a long, long trip across country.
No one has been named a suspect or person of interest in the disappearance.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Have you checked out Crime Online, Christy? It's by Nancy Grace. A lot of cases on that side. That's what I just no, this was Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. With someone at rehab as soon as she can. Okay, so this story that I just played is a totally different girl than the one where the family came on a little while ago. These are two totally different cases, but they both are from Homa and they both were in Colorado. And that's what's
Were
crazy.
they in the same area in Colorado?
No. No, I don't think she was in Denver. But her family and law enforcement too seems to think that her vehicle wasn't she wasn't in her vehicle when it left from Paris, Texas to
Man.
from where it was found in Oklahoma.
So what makes them think that?
I don't know.
I
guess the
just
phone
wanted to
ping
know.
thing and the from her phone pinging there, I guess. But they said both of her phones were found in her vehicle, but her vehicle is hanging off of a 75-foot cliff. Just
Whoa.
like she didn't just drive in between two trees, almost falling off a cliff, then get out of the vehicle, lock the doors, and then walk away. Her
Right.
car was found on a private property in between two trees
Now, did
off of a
she have any?
75-foot. As far as drug involvement,
Yes.
I don't know. Everything that I have read, no.
I'm just trying to find some
She
similarities.
just moved up there
more.
to, yeah, I think she just moved up there to maybe like get out of the bayou. And all I know is what I just read or played. I don't know anything about credit cards being used. I just found out about this girl last night. I don't know who it was in chat. Told me about her or asked me if I had ever heard about her. And I was like, no.
Has anybody been able to get a hold of the family? Are they speaking out at all?
There is a Facebook group. Let me see what the name of it is. That's where I got a lot of stuff, but let's see. Where is Caitlyn Rose is the name of it. Let me see. Copy link. I'm gonna post it in chat.
Thank you, hon.
Yes, her jeans were in her vehicle inside out with her red tennis shoes and her two phones. One for the plug and one for the hose. I mean, I know it's not supposed to be funny, but that's the Facebook group, you guys.
I'm joining now.
And y'all, Jen, Brianna's mom, just sent me some pictures, and I know one of those girls in the pictures with her.
You do?
Yes.
Wow.
And I just messaged her. I was like, wait, no, like, how do you know her?
That's amazing.
So I'm about to find out. Um, but anyway, that's why when I was like first looking for them, I was like, I need to see their pictures. The names don't sound familiar, but maybe the picture, you look familiar. Well, didn't know, so I was like trying to see if I might have known their parents because they're young, right?
Right.
And but Jen's mom's from the West Bank of New Orleans, but she's been in Houma for 22 years. So I don't know her. And Caitlyn, I don't know any of their family that I know of. But yeah, I want to know how they know that girl. Must be a family member because she's in pictures with her alone. Just her and Brianna. So
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
Brianna, you never know.
Small world, right?
I know, but home is small. Like this stuff don't happen back home.
Oh, it is small?
Yeah, very small. It's just a little bayou town,
Oh,
all
okay.
the way at the bottom of the state. All the bottom of the Gulf. I showed y'all where it was on the map. Yes, Brianna was in rehab. Caitlyn was not in rehab. Remember, these are two different women, but the same stories except the rehab. They both lived in Colorado. They both are from Louisiana, and they were both going either there or there, either which way. And they never made it to their destinations, neither one of them.
That's just crazy.
Yep.
I'm trying to join the Facebook thing.
Did it pull up?
I got it.
I think you might need to be approved on that one too.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Family is yes, Debbie. I'm thinking possibly. Yo, someone got arrested here around Phoenix for trafficking people.
Hey, I live in the middle of the country in Wichita, Kansas, and we have one of the largest trafficking areas in the states. And you wouldn't
Wow.
have ever thought that about this. I mean, we're not a teeny tiny town, but we're not a humongous place. There's about 300,000.
Well, look at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's in the middle, ain't it?
Yeah, but I mean, we're smack dab in the middle of the United States, period.
Well, aren't you just so special, Kansas?
We are. We are, especially Wichita. But no, I'm just saying it's a medium-sized city, very family oriented, family friendly, and you just wouldn't think that there would be that much problems here, but we were
Hold on.
listed as one of the highest the last time I checked. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh my God! That's
What?
Jen. That's her mom.
I can't see her, hun.
That girl I said I knew.
Oh, really? How do you know her?
Can't tell y'all that, but I know
Okay.
her. Sorry.
You guys
Wow, that's
you guys
crazy.
went gator hunting together?
Yep. We swamp people, girl. We swamp
I
people.
know.
Wow. So it turns out that I know Brianna's mom.
How did you not know you don't? She
I
doesn't have a
didn't see her
picture.
Facebook picture. Like I don't go
Oh. Can you drop that link too? I don't have that one either.
Okay. What link? Libra Moon used to
Bree,
live in
Bree's,
Witch's Paw.
Bree's Facebook pages. Oh, Libra used to live here. Small world, man.
Yeah, like Lady V's clock. Yes,
I tried to mute. Scarlett doesn't worry about it anymore because she said it's not a big deal. I guess the music on it's fine.
Avery.
So I mean, my good Lord, you can't even like fart on YouTube without getting demonetized.
Say what?
I said you can't even fart on YouTube without getting demonetized. Okay, everyone wants to know if you can finish Nancy
I
Grace.
know, I'm getting it right now.
Or Nancy Grace. I don't know a Nancy Grace.
I love her.
I do too. You know, she had to be tough. I mean,
unmute.
she
I
was
think
one
it
of the first women in true crime like that, you know?
You know her story, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. This is loud.
Our friends at Crime Online.
After the call with her father, Caitlyn Case continues driving. Cell tower tracking indicates that Caitlyn Case continues north toward Paris, Texas. Shortly after 7 p.m., her cell phone pings to cell towers in Pattonville, Texas, and south of Paris. At 9:17 p.m., a license plate reader captures her car leaving Paris on the south loop of Highway 286 and traveling northwest FM 79. Her cell phone last pings to cell towers in Choctaw County, Oklahoma. Her vehicle is believed to have been traveling on Highway 271. According to Caitlyn Case's mother on the findcaitlyn.com website, a cell phone tower ping is recorded in Hugo, Oklahoma. The Oklahoma Missing Persons Department immediately deploys a search team to that area.
Joining me right now is Nick Huber, investigative reporter for the Paris News. Nick, thank you for being with us. I'm not that familiar with Hugo, Oklahoma. What, if anything, do we know about it?
It's a small town in Choctaw County, which is part of the Choctaw Nation. Fairly small, fairly remote.
Okay, this is what I know. Following up on Nick Huber's comments with the Paris News, I know that Hugo is in Choctaw County, as Nick just told us, southeastern Oklahoma, 9 miles north of the Texas state line. So she had just crossed from Texas into Oklahoma, and the entire population of Hugo is about 5,000 people, and that is spread out over Choctaw County. Now, why is that important to me? It's important to me because that tells me I'm not going to have a lot of witnesses that saw her. I'm not going to have a witness that can place somebody following her, someone that she was speaking to, asking for directions. I'm not going to find a witness that I've got to accept that. But let's take a look at what we know about her movements. Back to Mr. and Mrs. Case, Gordon and Peggy Case. So the cell phone last ping is in Hugo, Oklahoma. And she's made it out of Texas. Has she ever been in Choctaw County or in that area before, Peggy, that we know of?
To my knowledge, no.
What about it, Gordon?
No, she'd never been in that area ever. And I might want to add, there's no proof my daughter ever made it out of Paris, Texas. She never was in control of that vehicle. There's no way. The way that the traveling that we have on record, my daughter was not in control of that vehicle going into Paris, Texas. Whatever happened to my daughter happened in the Bogota, between the Bogota and Jennings area. This I can guarantee.
Wow. Okay. You are just giving me a whole nother viewpoint.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I was thinking she was in the car until somebody eased down the bank of that river.
No, I found her vehicle. both her phones were in the vehicle. The vehicle never made it into the river. It got caught between two trees. Her phones were in the vehicle. Her vehicle was locked up. The windows were locked up. It was in neutral. The key was on. She was not in the vehicle. We know nobody was in that vehicle because the airplane flags didn't go, and the vehicle had been manually pushed down that hill to go into that river on that property. There's a lot of information that I don't know what you do or don't have.
You tell me what you found.
What I found was that my oldest son got and Peggy got her mom got the cell phone app from Samsung to find my phone. Caitlyn had set that up. We got a ping on the location where her vehicle was, and it was on George Harrington's property up there at Fort Towson, Oklahoma, behind a locked gate. And I was told by the local Hugo department that we were going to get in, that he was going there immediately. I was still in Paris, Texas. I asked him, I said, well, can I meet you up there? He goes, well, why don't you just sit still and we'll let you know if you need to come up here if we find anything. Well, I didn't sit still. I drove up there. He said he was on his way. He was a mile away. I was 30 miles away. I got there before him by 10 minutes. We finally got onto the property, and during our search in that afternoon, I was able to locate her vehicle, just walked right into it. It was on its side and it was ready to go down the embankment. All the windows were locked up. Everything was shut tight. We didn't know if she was in it or not. We finally got the door open. We realized she wasn't in it. And anyways, all her stuff, everything she owned was in it, including the shoes she was wearing, the pants she was wearing were inside out across the center console. The people that live there are Will Harrington and his wife, Haley Harrington. They're the son and daughter-in-law of George and Elizabeth Harrington that own the property. The wife told us repeatedly that at 11 o'clock on that night, on the 5th, that two vehicles entered her property at a high rate of speed. And then she heard the dogs bark, and she looked out the window and saw these cars come onto her property, dust flying, whatever. And then and then she said a little while later, the dogs barked again. Only one car was exiting their property at a high rate of speed. The detective, Billy Jenkins, asked her directly, are you sure of the time? She said, absolutely. It was 11 o'clock. Told us how she went to dinner, her and her husband. They left the gate wide open. They came home and, they forgot to leave the gate. They forgot to shut the gate. It was left wide open. So anyways, the vehicle left out of there at a high rate of speed. He asked her, did you get a license plate? She said, no, it was moving so fast and the dust was flying. All I could see was the tail lights. That was the event of that evening. It went on to about 11 o'clock at night before we excavated the vehicle from where it was lodged between the trees. And there was a lot of forensic people there, the crash guy, the pathologist, and they were going through the entire vehicle, and I took pictures as well. And anyway, the next day we were supposed to show up there with the owner's consent, with a set of dogs that Peggy had found. Caitlyn's mom had set up a dog search team. When we got there, the gate was locked. We were not going to be able to get in. The wife said that he never got up to look to see who came onto that property that night, or did he investigate the next day to see why only one car left. And that's when OSBI, Oklahoma Bureau of Investigations detective, got involved. Wife Haley Harrington, and said he talked to the husband. The husband got up and he said he only saw one car enter. Well, then when I said, well, why wouldn't you get up to see who was entering your property at 11 o'clock? Then he said, I'm not going to argue with you, Gordon. There was only one car that came in there. And then it went from the one car to there was no car. No, he didn't see any car. It was real quiet that night. There was nothing going on. No car, no nothing. He didn't see anything in the end. That he was kind enough to take him back there and show him the second set of vehicle tires that had left the property. Right? So it went from all that to absolutely seeing nothing. And that's when I knew things were not going to go right. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on for a long time about what's going on up there.
I want to hear every single thing. But the first thing I want to do is get back to you are in Texas. You are using Find My iPhone app, and you realize where she is and you call police. Is that right? Is that how that started?
That's right. That's right.
You ask them to meet you and they tell you to stay put. But you don't stay put. You go 30 miles and you get there first. Tell me about how you found her car. And it's the car and the phone in the car, 2 phones, all of her belongings. And interestingly, she's only been gone, when she was calling you anyway, 7 or 8 hours. The clothes she had on when you last saw her, the pants are inside out, lying across the console of the car. Even her shoes are left behind. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And the car is locked.
And the car was, we actually got into the back door, but the windows were completely rolled up tight. And there was no air conditioning in that vehicle. So it was 80-something degrees in Texas that evening, all that day. She did not drive around in Texas with her windows rolled up in the middle of that heat with no air conditioning. And if she crashed the car, which she did not, she was not in that vehicle, she would have never rolled the windows up when she left. She wasn't parking at Walmart. She just crashed the car. She would not be concerned about that. But they never found any fingerprints, only like 2 fingerprints of hers in the entire vehicle.
So the vehicle was wiped down, and it's your theory she was not the one that car.
Absolutely.
Now, how is the car in a tree?
Well, what happened was it went down the only hill on their property, the only place that you could launch a vehicle on its own that would go down that far was that right where the vehicle was. And that vehicle, what happened was it was put in neutral, and it was so in neutral, and the key was on, so the steering wasn't locked. It went down the hill, and it went over a little knoll, and it hit a tree root. And it spun that front tire sideways, and it spun the whole vehicle sideways. And it caught between two little tiny trees, no more than 8 inches or something, in diameter, real small sapling trees. And these, it caught her back bumper, her back tail hitch, and the front of the vehicle, and it kept it from going over into the river. They wanted it to go in the river. But the thing is that there was no water at the bottom of that embankment for another 20 feet. There was a fallen tree. So it probably never would have made it into the river to begin with.
But somebody had to know that layout of that land if that was the only hill down which you could push the car. This is reminding me of Susan Smith. Do you remember when she locked her sons in the car and the seatbelts and then pushed her? So Brian Fitzgibbons, joining us from USPA Security, she never was in the car because when you first hear about the case, her vehicle has gone down into a river, her cell phone is in there, she crashed. That's what you think, but it's nothing of the sort.
Absolutely, Nancy. And to your point, the media can create a big misconception here with some of these news articles that have come out about the case. I mean, as Gordon mentioned, this is the only hill on that private property. You have to know about that. This is out there, a lot of farmland, private off of a private road. Okay, this vehicle went to a spot to be disposed of, and Caitlyn was not in that vehicle when that took place. So whoever disposed of it knew that this was a spot that they could launch the vehicle into the river from.
Okay, nobody's been named a person of interest or suspect. Take a listen now. We're cut 10, our friend Dave Mack.
According to Caitlyn Case's mother on the findcaitlyn.com website, Caitlyn's vehicle was discovered behind a private gated property at approximately 3 to 4 p.m. on August 12th. It appears that someone was attempting to dispose of the vehicle in the Kiamichi River. However, the attempt to get rid of the vehicle failed. In the course of traveling toward the path of the river embankment, the vehicle became cradled in between 2 small trees overhanging a 75-foot cliff. No one has been named a suspect or person of interest in the disappearance of Caitlyn Rose Case.
They came in, they're fast. They came in, they absolutely knew the property. There's no way they would have found that hill behind that barn if they didn't. And also when you travel onto that property, there's a lot of machinery that was there, the farm equipment that was in tall grass And if it was somebody who didn't know their way around that property, they would have probably crashed in that if they were coming in at a high rate of speed. They knew exactly where to turn behind the hay barn to find that hill to launch that vehicle. And when Miss Haley Harrington said that vehicle, she said it was there a little while. A little while later, I heard the dogs bark. We don't know because nobody's ever asked this woman how long that vehicle was there. Matter of fact, the Bureau of Investigation's detective is trying to make that out like it never happened. The Bureau of Investigation's detective theory was that, well, we think she got out of the vehicle and she got eaten by wild hogs. And the tracking dogs would not be able to get her scent if she was torn to pieces. That's what he told my daughter's mother. And then the second theory was that she made it out of there and she walked down to the main road, which is 2 miles in the pitch black by a bunch of wild dogs in the street, and got down there and hitchhiked out of there. What, with no shoes, no pants, no clothes? That never happened. And I tell you what, Paris Police Department, detective over there, he absolutely will do nothing to help us. He was originally contacted by the Attorney General's office in Louisiana. At first, he was super nice, and all of a sudden, he quit texting. No contact with him at all. Another one, Lamar Sheriff's Department, absolutely nothing. Would not return my calls. I finally told him I'm going national with this. He called me within 2 days to find out what was going on. Said he was going to call the FBI. He knew somebody. He never did nothing. He just wanted to see what I knew and how mad I was. And believe me, I'm furious. I've contacted the governor's office in both states, the Texas and the Oklahoma. I've contacted the attorney generals in both those states. I have gotten no response from anybody. And Hugo Police Department, the detective that was there the night that we found the vehicle, blocked my phone and told me to call Lamar Sheriff's Department. Why would I call Lamar Sheriff's Department if her car is found in Fort Towson, Oklahoma? So this is what I'm dealing with over there. And also I wanted footage from Bogota where she was. We actually got a witness that talked to my daughter in Bogota, Texas, the day she went missing. Police never investigated, told that police department she didn't spend any money in your town, so there's no need to look for her. And because I spoke to a police officer there, and that's exactly what he told me.
This sounds like a horrible cover-up. Tell me about the witness that saw her in Pagoda, Texas.
She works it's a female. She works at the Dollar General, I guess. This is all we know at this point. They're still trying to locate her because they talked to another girl that spoke to my daughter that day, and she actually said she was coming back to the store and she left. And now from day one, I said, will you go back and check the footage in those stores in that Pagoda? There's only a couple stores there. He got furious with me. He said, no way am I going back there. We got her in Paris, Texas. There's no need to go do that. Well, guess what? She was in that town. And if they looked at the footage, they would have seen her there and maybe somebody with her or followed her out or something. But he did not want to do that.
And that's the Dollar General in Pagoda, Texas, right?
In Pagoda.
And
yes.
When was she in Pagoda?
In Pagoda, right there, right before she talked to me at 5:30. She would have came out of Pagoda right around that time, just before that.
Joining me is Josh Ritter, high-profile criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor in L.A. at joshuaritter.com. Josh, what do you do when police, and it pains me to say this as a veteran prosecutor, when police won't do their job? Something stinks.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I want to applaud you, Mr. Case. It's only through your kind of dogged determination, I think, that this case is continuing to get the attention that it is. And I think that I agree with you, Nancy. I'm, as a former prosecutor, I consider myself former law enforcement. I have a lot of respect for people who are involved in that field, but there is something wrong here, especially when you're hearing that the family members are the ones who are doing the lion's share of the work here. All of this information that we're finding out today certainly hasn't been accurately reported in the media as of the reports that I've been able to read. So we're getting a lot of information that seems like there is more to go on than at first one might think. I mean, we have, it sounds like the thing that stands out most to me is probably something that's very simple. Go out. We can believe the witness who said that there were two vehicles and only one returning, the way that it's been described that the car was in neutral and intentionally pushed off of that hill. It sounds like there's a couple of people involved, which to me means there's a couple of people out there with information, and they're going to have a hard time keeping their mouths shut. If the family members and Gordon, again, I salute you, continue to press upon this case and press upon law enforcement, I am very hopeful that some sort of break is going to be coming shortly in this case.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
A disappearance like this is hard enough to solve as it is, much less without proper police work. Take a listen to our Cut 12.
According to Caitlyn's mother, Caitlyn Rose Case's vehicle landed at the final destination according to GPS hit Gmail at 11:46 p.m. August 5th. Once the vehicle was found, according to Caitlyn, the Hugo Police Department detectives and the OSBI failed to secure the property or treat the area as a crime scene when that vehicle was located on August 12th. Officially, Caitlyn Case's vehicle, a 2006 black GMC Envoy with the Louisiana license plate on the Kiamichi River near Frogville, Oklahoma. But where is Caitlyn Rose Case?
Why do many people believe Caitlyn has been sex trafficked? Take a listen to our Cut 25, Crime Online.
As police search for Caitlyn Rose, two eyewitnesses come forward. They tell police they believe they saw Case on August 17th. This is 5 days after Case's car was found. She was crying in the backseat of a disabled white SUV. It had been pushed from the road by two gas stations in Paris. The witnesses said there was a dark-colored SUV that came to assist the disabled SUV.
To Peggy Case, this is Caitlyn's mom. What do you make of that report?
What do I make of it? Well, we have worked on this. Gordon has done the yeoman's share of the work on this, but we've pulled together all this information. I mean, I've tried to contact every police department, FBI. I mean, we spoke to FBI. You know, missing persons, on and on. The list goes on and on. And none of the local police departments wanted to cooperate with us at all. We provided them with the bank statements, like critical. You know, I went into the bank. We filed the missing persons report on Saturday, on the August the 6th. Gordon and I. We got the first cell tower ping on August the 7th, that Sunday. We were at the police station around 10 p.m. When they got the first ping, and it was in Hugo, Oklahoma. They immediately contacted Missing Persons in Oklahoma, and Jim Parrish is the person that manned that search around the cell towers. Like, it was a 6-mile perimeter on the western side. I think they did first, and in the eastern side they did later, 6 miles in the opposite direction. And that was a joint effort. Whatever agencies work with Oklahoma Missing Persons. But there was supposedly dogs and drones and foot tracks.
Let me ask you a question regarding this most recent report, that two witnesses come forward and state they saw your daughter August 17. That would be 5 days after her car was found, crying in the back seat of a white SUV pushed from the road by two women into a gas station in Paris, and that there was a dark-colored SUV that came to assist the disabled white SUV. What do you make of that?
Yeah, well, actually, I was the one that found that report from that person. I was up there in that area putting out flyers, and I just so happened just before I was leaving, something kept saying to go back to this little restaurant and put a flyer there, and I did. And I spoke to a couple girls there and left the flyer. I left that area, and it was a Friday, and on the very next day, Saturday evening, I got a call from this witness that had went to that restaurant. His wife works there, and they were having a birthday party, and he looked down and he saw that flyer, and he said, "Holy crap, that's that girl we saw that night at the gas station." He called me immediately off that flyer because we decided to put our own phone numbers on there because we knew the OSBI come forward. They never even checked into. They contacted us to see if OSBI ever contacted us because they never contacted them. And we have reports that they say they did and they didn't, and they weren't credible and whatever excuse they could make, but they never did. But I did talk to the guy, and his name is Johnny Hall, and his wife, and they were very, very nice people. And I talked to him in length, and he let me record the conversation. And yes, he did. He said he saw my daughter 100% on his mother's ashes. Now, could he be wrong? Maybe so. I don't know, but he swears that it was, and his wife as well. And she was in a vehicle in the Cesco gas station across from Walmart on the Paris Circle. And he said he went up, the two girls were pushing the broken down vehicle, and she was in the vehicle. She was crying. He went up to her, and he said, whatever is wrong, he said, God's going to fix whatever your problem is. And so one girl came up behind him and said, oh, she's crying because she's just far away from home. And that was his story. And so I have that story. And when we told, so I called up the Oklahoma Bureau of Investigations head person over there with that information. And she never would call me, never would talk to me. And she put that call back to Oklahoma Bureau of Investigations detective, who in return said he wasn't credible because, of course, again, it was way too long after the fact that wasn't credible. And we've had a lot of witnesses and a lot of information that insists that they're just not credible.
Why are you convinced as to the location where everything went wrong for Caitlyn?
Well, because first of all, my daughter would, as soon as she got anywhere, she would have called me back once our phone dropped. If she had car trouble, if she had any trouble at all, she would have been on the phone with me. I texted her and told her it was getting late because it was getting towards evening. She would have needed to get a room up in Paris, Texas. I had looked on the map and looked at the town, and I found a place for her. Never heard from her ever again. She would have never not called me back. And there are a couple witnesses that claim saw her in Cunningham, where she was on the phone with me on that street. Said she turned around in his driveway, and then another one up in Jennings. Well, it seems real odd that in between Cunningham and Jennings is property owned by the same people where her vehicle was found.
Really?
Personally, I think these are smoke and mirror witnesses to put her out of that area. And he says that she went into Paris. Well, everybody agrees, and other investigators agree, that there's no way she was in control of that vehicle and went through all that area. She didn't know the area. She started out at the Civic Center, went all around Paris, ended back at the Civic Center. She would have never done that. It would have never happened. I mean, we have a lot of information.
So where do you pinpoint where you believe your daughter ran into trouble?
I can't pinpoint it. It could have been anywhere from Mount Pleasant on up. She might have maybe picked someone up, or someone was following her at that point. She might have met somebody in Bogota. Maybe they talked with her. Maybe she trusted them. I don't know. I don't really know exactly. All I know where I was told where I was on the phone with her. And after everything that the OSBI has given us so far, which has been BS, I don't even trust the Wi-Fi hits or any of the information off of that. That was a typed out sheet sent my family and sent everybody else. They're not the original phone records from the phone company. They are a typed out version of his version. I don't trust anything that man has to say. And I want to add, first of all, that Peggy has been a huge part of this. We would not be anywhere without her. She's a rock to this family, period. So I want to put that in there. And I also want to add that from day one, I asked him, I said, well, should we put up some flyers, some bulletins around Paris, Texas? Look, we have people that want to fund that. Oh, no, I wouldn't do that. We don't know anything right now. And I said, well, how about if we put out a reward? We've never had anybody come for a reward. I said, well, I'm going for 3, right? I said, well, how about a private investigator? Well, we're working on the case right now. It's been over a year, and we kind of clash with them. They want to solve it before us and blah, blah. We haven't solved that case at all.
So let me understand. They don't want missing people flyers. They don't want a reward, and they don't want you to hire a PI. Did I get that right?
Absolutely, you're right. Absolutely.
And who is this telling you that?
The detective of Oklahoma Bureau of Investigation. And I talked to his supervisor, No word from him. I told him about my concerns from the beginning. I've got nothing but silence from him, from the head director over there, OSBI. They will tell us nothing.
You know, Dr. Angie Arnold, joining me, renowned psychiatrist out of Atlanta. When you're looking for your child and even authorities are not helping you, that's got to be the most disillusioning thing. And you feel totally defeated, but they're not.
Oh, my God. I'll tell you something. First of all, I'm so sorry that you are having to go through this. But kudos to you for not letting the people that are in charge hold you back from trying to find your daughter. This is the most amazing story I've ever heard. Isn't it for you, Nancy?
I tell you, I'm just having a hard time accepting that they're getting no help from anyone, especially in light of these two civilians where her car is caught up in a tree on their property, changing their stories. Their stories change from two vehicles coming in to one vehicle to, didn't it go to no vehicles coming in at 11 o'clock the night before, Mr. Case?
Yeah, didn't see anything in the end. Yeah, nothing.
Okay, and the fact that her clothing was in the car, her cell phones were in the car, her purse, everything is in the car with the windows rolled up in a car that doesn't have air conditioning and that Texas heat. Everything is all wrong. I want to give you phone numbers and emails. If you want your voice to be heard, Paris, Texas PD, 903-784-6688. Bogota, Texas Police, 903-632-0772. That's not all. Lamar County Sheriff, 903-737-2400. The Oklahoma AG, 402-521-3921. The Governor, 405-521-2342. What is happening? Why is this case been handled the way it has or mishandled? Have you ever heard, to you, Tony Wade, of a law officer saying, you don't need any missing person flyers. You don't need to put out a reward. You don't need to hire a PI. I've never heard of that in my life.
It's actually ludicrous. And Nancy, this reminds me of a case that you and I actually done together several years ago in Texas. No law enforcement wouldn't help us. They even come to my hotel and actually leave town. It makes absolutely no sense to me. There should be a search warrant on that property. Why? And it happens more times than not. I can tell you, 30 years of doing this now, there's a lot of police departments who just don't want to get involved in missing persons cases because they don't know how to handle it to begin with. But why try and stop what the family's trying to do, putting out flyers or stop search teams from coming in, those things that it's never made any sense to me.
Man, I smell a rat. I smell a dead rat. Nick Huber joining us from the Paris News. What is law enforcement telling you?
They haven't told me anything. I've attempted to contact everyone multiple times, the Lamar County Sheriff's Office, Paris Police Department. I've gotten confirmation there's an open investigation, but that's about it as far as what anyone wants to say. You can't request government records from OSBI. So it seems like it's a dead end.
A dead end? Well, it's not a dead end right now, even though it may seem that way. Guys, if you want to help Gordon and Peggy Case find their daughter, go online to findcaitlyn.com, Caitlyn, Caitlyn with a C. Or they're running out of money to search for their daughter themselves. They're basically having to take on the government to try and find what happened to their girl. There is a GoFundMe at GoFundMe.com/help-us-find-Caitlyn. Repeat, GoFundMe.com/help-us-find-Caitlyn.
Crime Stories with Nancy Grace.
That was the end of it. I don't even know why it had that. She contacted Oklahoma State Bureau Investigation. Yo, Why law enforcement let both of these women down? That's crazy. They couldn't even put flyers up. I don't know what law enforcement thinks they're doing. Like, dude, you're supposed to protect and keep citizens safe. You're not doing that at all. Thanks for watching with me, guys. I really appreciate it. Please hit that thumbs up for me so we can get these ladies out into the algorithm and other people can see them. And share. Everybody share this post so that we can get these girls out there. And they're both from where I'm from, and I didn't even know about either one, and one was from last year. That's crazy. I don't know. All right, I'm getting off of here now. Avery, you have Gigi blocked. Y'all have a good night, guys. I will see you tomorrow for, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.